Well, tonight on The Edge, Detroit Lions fans filling the streets for a night to remember during Monday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks.
That's right. The Athletic held an exclusive watch party for fans in one popular Detroit bar. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin, live from downtown. The Lions just scored a touchdown. I'm sure you could hear the eruption of cheers from the bar behind you.
Yeah, I could. It's quiet right now. But it sounded like this. Oh, my God, they're doing great. Whoa! That's what it sounds like right now. Let me tell you something. One thing is clear about every game this season. Every game feels like a playoff game, and the fans wouldn't have it any other way. Monday Night Football in downtown Detroit, and it's all about the feels.
The vibe is awesome. It definitely is a difference from years prior.
I love the city lights, all the people. There's so many different cultures here, and just a really good vibe.
Mix in some amazing summer-like weather for the beginning of fall with the greatest fan base in the world, and you get a celebration of gridiron glory like we haven't seen in ages.
As you can see behind us, Greektown has always been a sports town, unofficially, officially. Now with the Tigers going in the playoffs, Lions are back in season. I think it's long overdue.
Yanni runs several businesses in Greektown and says the Lions' winning vibe is huge for business.
The momentum that ended last season is continuing, thank God, and we're moving forward with that, and everybody's very excited and looking forward to going to the Super Bowl.
Over at Harry's Bar, the sports reporting arm of the New York Times, known as The Athletic, threw a watch party while doing a live show. Robert Mays is one of the hosts.
It's one of my favorite parts of covering the NFL over the last couple of years is just seeing this moment in Detroit. I've covered the league for a very long time. I'm from the Midwest. I've known Lions fans my entire life. I was at the game against the Rams last year, and you can just feel it. And when there's a city that loves its football team like this and kind of identifies with a football team like this, and the team is kind of an embodiment of what you want as an organization, as a franchise that has the right sort of people, they did it the right sort of way. It's a special moment when you're a football fan, and I think this team kind of embodies that more than any other team in the NFL.
The staff at the Athletic Football Show say the Lions are for sure the team the nation is watching.
It's been really, really cool to watch a steady climb of, okay, they're bad, but they're interesting, and now they're interesting and kind of good, and now they're actually good, and now they're really, truly one of the top tier teams in the NFC. It's been awesome to see.
And at the end of the season, Greektown just might be the spot to be in because
they win the Super Bowl, free euros for everyone.
They were in Greektown right now. The Almighty God gave us the Jared Goff, the man, the legend, and maybe even another win. That's what it's looking like right now. In Greektown, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Yeah, all the sports fans out there who are watching, obviously many of them are watching the game, but those who are watching this newscast, even if you're not a football fan, or a baseball fan for that matter, the relevance of these teams and what they're doing for the city and the economy is incredible.
Yeah, it really is. And we were talking at 10 o'clock, there's even more restaurants and more things to do downtown since the draft when the whole world was here. 700,000 people strong there. I think it was the highest attendance record I think ever for a draft, something like that. But there's even more. There's people coming in from all across the world to catch Detroit sports, and there's a lot to do, and it's absolutely great for the economy, no doubt about it.
Great for the spirit and the bottom line. Dave Kinchin for us live tonight with an enthusiastic report tonight. Thank you.
And there is an energy in the city that we haven't felt before, as the Lions are now considered a premier team. Our Detroit Tigers are returning to the postseason for the first time in a decade. They'll take on the Astros tomorrow afternoon in Houston for Game 1 of the AL Wild Card matchup. It's a best-of-3 series. Game time is around 2:30. Go Tigers.
Well, it's other news of the night. It's been a little over a year since Shawn Fain became the UAW president, and tonight he took to social media giving his State of the Union address.
As Fox 2's Dave Spencer reports, Fain opened up about plans for UAW's future and another potential strike.
Shawn Fain has been in charge of the United Auto Workers for 18 months, and almost immediately he found himself up against Detroit automakers GM, Ford, and Stellantis.
What started as a new way of bargaining at the Big Three has become an entire new approach to contract fights across our union.
He highlighted everything from the effectiveness of the stand-up strike.
Across all three of the companies combined, Offers increased by 93% over the course of our stand-up strike.
To securing new union members in the South with VW and other non-traditional automakers. Fain also highlighted jobs as the industry transitions to new fuel sources as well.
Thanks to the massive federal investments from the Biden-Harris administration, there are dozens of EV battery plants under construction and built around this country. This is the future of the auto industry. And if we want to keep the auto industry from being a race to the bottom with workers making poverty wages in dangerous conditions, then those jobs must be UAW jobs.
He says there is job security even as the auto sales slump.
Every day that these companies make cars is a day they make profit. They need these plants running all the time. And these companies are not invincible.
Fain also looked to the future, specifically the tension with Stellantis, which he claims is not honoring its contract when it comes to closing a plant in Illinois and no longer producing the Dodge Durango in Detroit.
Our response to his plan is simple, and it's 2 words: hell no.
During Fain's State of the Union address, he says he plans to hold a rally at 3:30 this coming Thursday in Sterling Heights outside of the Stellantis stamping plant, all in an effort to avoid a potential strike. Dave Spencer on The Edge.
Well, time is running out. A strike by tens of thousands of union dock workers across 36 ports from Maine to Texas will start at midnight unless a deal can be reached to raise wages and ban automation. Retailers spent the day scrambling to secure their supply chains just in case. A port strike could cost the economy $5 billion a day. According to Fox Business, for each day the ports are closed, it could take 4 to 6 days to get operations running normally.
After being stuck in SOS mode all day, Verizon says users should have their phones fully restored now. The service outage prevented them from making calls or sending messages unless it was through Wi-Fi or via satellite. The network issue, which started this morning, later prompted the Lions to warn fans to download their tickets at home as a precaution ahead of tonight's game. Verizon says if your phone still seems to be having issues, try restarting it. So far, the company has not said what caused today's outage.
We've seen some threatening skies, and tomorrow we could actually see some rain.
Oh, and some fog we were talking about earlier today. Rich, what can we really expect when we wake up?
Taryn, Roop, we're going to have some areas of fog to start your day. We're also watching the remnants of Helene. Here's still tropical moisture down over Pennsylvania, parts of the mid-Atlantic. They do not need any more rain in that part of the country. Around here, the weather's quiet with the exception of the areas of fog that will continue to develop. We made it to 74 today, even with most of the cloudy skies. Look at Saginaw, close to 80 degrees. Chicago, Oshkosh, all near 80 degrees. For us today, 74. There are your averages, 69 and 50. No rain today, but the sunset getting earlier, that's for sure. 62 Ann Arbor, 61 in Windsor. There's 65 to our north in Flint. The visibility really shows where some of the fog is already developed. Around Port Huron, there's Pontiac, 4-mile visibility. So as the night wears on, we'll see those visibilities come down as the fog gets thicker. 65 for us, 68 in Chicago, 61, really not that bad up there in Marquette. Our next cold front drops into the area tomorrow, and that means some Tuesday afternoon showers. Then high pressure builds in once again with a long dry stretch starting Wednesday and lasting into the weekend. Areas of fog down to 62, back up to 76 tomorrow with lots of clouds and some afternoon showers. Check out a great stretch Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all looking good. A full check starting at 4 a.m.
The officers were transported to an area hospital with critical injuries. Unfortunately, the occupants of the white Durango were deceased.
A violent crash early this morning in Warren. As you heard, 2 police officers in Warren were critically hurt after a collision with a white Durango at Shaner and Prospect. While details surrounding the circumstances are scarce tonight, here's what we do know. The 2 were friends in that SUV and were killed by the impact.
Great person. He laughed. He loved fun. He loved to have fun. He's a family man. He has 2 daughters. He left behind.
We've learned one of the victims is 34-year-old Cedric Hayden. Police are expected to release more information when they're further along in the investigation.
Officers arrived on scene and observed occupants of a black SUV attempting to remove the ATM from the business via smash and grab style.
A very busy day for Warren PD. Hours after that violent crash on Shaner, officers were called to a smash and grab robbery at an Amoco gas station on Groesbeck and Shaner. Officers pursued the suspects, but then called off the chase. However, hours later, a surveillance team believes they spotted the two suspects. Another chase happened, and this time, the suspects ended up crashing at Moross near I-94.
It was crazy. It was bizarre, especially right outside my house to see it.
Police believe the suspects were involved in a similar breaking and entering thefts throughout the Tri-County area. And tonight we're learning new and disturbing developments in the deadly stabbing of a 7-year-old girl in Taylor over the weekend.
Today, her 13-year-old sister was charged with first-degree premeditated murder.
It stemmed from a note that was placed in the bathroom, and then the note was about flushing the toilet, like a simple note about flushing the toilet.
How did it come to this? According to investigators, that teenage girl used a butcher knife and a hunting knife in the brutal attack on her own younger sibling. She was babysitting the child at the time of Saturday's killing.